in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, Justin? What's up, everybody? Getting ready to get into the big block modifieds. It is going to be Charlotte here tonight for the first race here tonight. Week number 2 for the big block modifieds.
MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
Let me know if you're out there in the chat. Make sure you guys give the stream a like, a share, and a follow as we get up in the session for race number 1 here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Going to be big blocks and modifieds. I see Hervey, Jolly, Barnhart, Durgan, Alton, Ethan Bill, Jacob Schultz, Boniface, Matthews, Swank, Roundtree, Brundage, Story, Kuta, Raging Ray, Hanger. Going to make an appearance. A lot of people out there. What's up, Karen? A lot of people out there getting ready for tonight's opener. 6,500 SOF for the big block modifieds. All right, so these guys out on the track, trading pains getting caught up right now. Drew Alton has been a hot commodity here lately, currently out there with the quick time, but we need to watch Caleb Durgan. Caleb Durgan is really fast at Charlotte. He is going to be one to beat here tonight. All right, so right now, Drew Alton, Barnhart, Bill, Durgan, and Hanger are your top 5. Those could be the top 5 we see all night long here tonight. Definitely some of the fast guys over here in the big block modifieds. Couple quick guys just outside that top 5. Kuta, Ward. I mean, I'll tell you what, there's a bunch of good names in this race here tonight. We could end up with a hell of a race. What's up, Luke? Looks like we got 20 cars set to do battle here tonight, so we will be sending 2 home here tonight. Oh, we got a tire going. How's everybody doing here tonight? Make sure you help that algorithm and give us a like, a share, and a follow. Durgan's already out there talking smack. Your money's on E-Bill. Good pick. Good pick. Good pick. Luke Swarting out in the chat saying, hope I'm doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Taking a little break from all the rest of the stuff, just doing the modifieds and the supers on Monday night. Need to get on here and do a little bit of racing while I take my break. Try and enjoy the sim again. Looks like we had about 10 seconds left here in practice. Getting ready for qualifying. Coming up next, who's going to get the quick time? Oh, you're still banned? Oh my God, Herbert. What's up, buddy? I saw your brother had a good time down at Volusia. He even thanked you. I said, why did he thank Logan? Just kidding. Yeah, sometimes, I've been doing this for a long time and pretty much no break, and I needed a break from doing all the other garbage. So I did that. This is zero pressure, kind of fun. Get to continue to hang out with you guys a little bit as we are going to get out there and ready for qualifying. Looks like Joseph Matthews, he's got a new paint. That's definitely a different paint scheme than we are used to looking at him wearing, as he is going to be out there in that Tri-City Speed number 9 machine. Looks like Boniface is going to be coming out. We'll see if Matthews decides to take his lap now, or will he wait in that number 9? Raging Ray out on the track. Boniface out on the track also. We're going to stay on here with Joseph Matthews as he heads down through turn number 1 and 2. Lap number 1 here for Joseph Matthews. Will he take this lap, or will he bail out of it as he heads through turn number 3 and 4? And comes across the line. Matthews going to jump out there with a 15.847 to set the bar here early on. Raging Ray going to come across the line in the number 10 machine. He's going to come out there with a 15.699 out of Raging Ray. Damian Ward out on the track. Barnhart pulling out on the track right now. Let's go check out. Oh, you're not banned? Yeah, I get it. Let's see what kind of lap time Damian Ward's going to put down. He is running the top side. There he goes. He's going to dig down to the bottom, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see what Damian's going to bail out. Does not like that lap. All right, we got Charlotte Specialist Caleb Durgan out on the track in the number 17. Barnhart going to go quick time with a 15.696. Barely taking that quick time here tonight. Caleb Durgan out on the track right now. He's going to go 4th quick on his first lap. That is going to be it, as Justin White goes quick time with a 15.626. Kaufman is going to go 2nd quick. We got Will Hanger out on the track. Let's see if Durgan picks up the pace. He does not. Not a good lap time for Caleb Durgan. Will Hanger quick time with a 15.535 out of Will Hanger. Okay, so Damian Ward going to go 3rd quick. Now on with Ethan Bill in that number 14 machine. What's up, Robert? Bill, can he put it to the top of the boards in that number 14? Drew Alton out there. Drew Alton going to go 3rd quick. Bill, he's going to go 3rd quick with a 15.667. Look, given the quick time by not a little, but a whole just under a 10th of a second. It is going to be Will Hanger with a 15.535 as we roll into heat race number 1. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup here in heat race number 1. Gonna pull out a little bit wider. It is going to be Will Hanger starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. Outside of him in the number 14 it is going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the number 19, we're going to have a couple 19s because hangers in one. It is going to be Ben Jolly. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Remy. Outside of him in the number 35, I'm assuming it is going to be Ryan Kuta. Starting inside row number 4 in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 10, it's going to be Nick Story. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 5 on the inside, it is going to be the number 12 of Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it is going to be Joseph Matthews. Top 7 going to transfer through. Everybody else off to the LCQ here tonight as they come down the back straightaway. It is going to be Will Hanger leading the way here tonight. Can he hold on for 8 laps here in heat race number 1 and start from the pole into tonight's feature? We're going to find out here soon as they get 1 to go this time by. 1 to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Will Hanger, we haven't seen him in a big block opener in a while. Definitely good to see him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got to go look at Jolly's back deck. Are we allowed to do that? Are we allowed to look at Jolly's back deck? Or are we breaking some laws? Green flag is out as we come out of turn number 4. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Turn into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward down on the inside, up underneath the Bill. Will Hanger going to pull away as the top 3 goes single file. It is going to be Will Hanger, Ethan Bill, Damian Ward as Ragin' Ray tries to make his way up through down on that bottom side. Can't quite get it to stick as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 1 lap in the book. It is only Ragin' Ray down on that bottom side as these guys have worked up into that middle slider lane as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 2 laps complete. Things getting pretty calm as, oh, Ward's in the wall. Ward's in the wall. Here comes Jolly down low. Jolly up underneath Damian Ward into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to put the slide. Slides up the track. Cut down by Ward out of turn number 4. Battle for third as they almost touch down the front straightaway. Ward's going to slide up the track. Jolly gets it from behind. Big stack up as Ragin' Ray gets into him. They're going to collect Nick Brundage and Ryan Kuta as we move back up to the front. Big wreck there. Jolly checked up, trying to do the cut down on Damian Ward, gets run over by Ray, and nowhere for anybody else to go. That's going to take Ray. That's going to put Ray in the final transfer spot. Jolly's going to have to chase him down. Back up to the front, it's going to be Will Hanger leading the way. Ethan Bill in second. Damian Ward in third. Schultz in fourth. Big gains for him. He is up 5 spots. Matthews is going to make it 5 spots and move up to the number 5 position. Nick Story back to 6. Ragin' Ray in that final transfer spot. Ben Jolly trying to reel him in as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. I mean, who doesn't like Stewart? What's up, Ward? What's up, Larry? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for Ragin' Ray. He's got plenty of room as Will Hanger gets 1 lap to go as he heads into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Yeah, I saw he won the short track super series, Robert. As they come out of turn number 4, give it to Will Hanger. Bill looked like he was gaining on him. Going to finish second. Damian Ward, Jacob Schultz, Joseph Matthews, Nick Story, Ragin' Ray making their way into the feature. All right, so heat race number 1 in the books. Misty saying, let's go, Damian. You know, Damian didn't do anything wrong there. I mean, it got a little close, just a little bit of a checkup because Jolly wanted to cut up underneath them. Jolly did nothing wrong, just kind of got run over from behind. Big stack up there. Unfortunate for Jolly. Very fortunate for Damian Ward because Jolly looked like he had some speed. And we are going to get into heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 20W, it's going to be Justin White. Outside of him in the 100, it's going to be Drew Alton. Starting inside row number 2, in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him in the 101, it is going to be Brandon Barnhart. Right? Starting inside, row number 3. In the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him, in the number 13, it's going to be Aiden Hervey. Starting inside, row number 4. In the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Outside of him, in the number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Then rounding out the field here tonight is Roundtree in the number 2. In the other number, in the number 15 machine, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Yeah, he was running that Larry line at Bridgeport. I saw. Good run. That's good to see him get right back in the swing of things. I mean, you know, as we get older, we take those hits and we think about them a lot more than we do when we're younger. And it is definitely good to see him back in the car. And I guarantee everybody else was worried about him. He was worried about the next time he got in the car. I guarantee it 100%. Pace truck is in as we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. It's going to be Justin White leading the way with Drew Alton to his outside. Alton's been hot lately. Can he keep it up? Green flag is out. Great start by Drew Alton on the outside. Look for him to get the run here out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Big run for Drew Alton. Shoots to the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. Shoves it up the track side by side with White out of turn number 4. Across the line. White's going to lead lap number 1. Oh, we had 3 wide for the number 3 position. Goffmanis up on the top side. He's going to be wall famous once again as he bangs the wall out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. He's got Barnhart to the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Barnhart gets back in line. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. White's going to slide up the track. Here comes Drew Alton trying to get the run with the cut down out of turn number 2. White pulling away as they head for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Justin White out front as it is pretty much single file through most of the field. Got to go all the way back to Hampton as he is trying to get up under Durgan. Durgan is not in a transfer spot. Is there 3 wide? Roundtree going to go all the way. Oh, Boniface going to almost go all the way to the back. Durgan now in a final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4. He's got Hampton up underneath as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Dirt, what's up, Shane? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Going to be single file once again. Let's move back up here. Battle for second starting to heat up as Goffmanis all over the back of that number 100 of Drew Alton as they head into 1 and 2. Alton's going to rip that high side lane, grabs a little too much wall, grabs another. Well, if he had another gear, would have grabbed it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Keeps that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Goffmanis back down to the bottom side in that number 2 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Not able to get the drive off. That's going to allow Barnhart to shove his nose in there as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I'm going to tell you right now that trading paints is not working right because I know for a fact that number 20 machine should have a paint on it. There it is. Oh, a little bit of contact there as Drew Alton takes the lead and takes the win here in heat race number 2. Justin White, Ryan Goffmanis, Barnhart, Swank, Hervey, and Durgan going to the feature. Boniface, Hampton, and Roundtree going to the Consi. All right, let's get ready here for the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. Man, there are some names in this one that are going to be a surprise to send home. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it is going to be the number 14 of Ben Jolly. He's got to be a favorite to win the B main here. Outside of him in the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Starting inside, row number 2 in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Then rounding out the field here tonight on the inside of row number 3 in the number 35 machine, it's going to be Ryan Kuta. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. So obviously Trading Paints was acting a little funky on me. We'll see what car Rage and Ray's in when we get into the feature here tonight. As these guys come out of turn number 2. They're going to get the one to go next time by. What's up, Spangler? How you doing, buddy? All right, what do we got going on? We got a few people out there. Make sure you guys get those likes in there. That definitely helps the stream a lot as they come out of turn at number 4. Gets that one to go. Who's going to be our B main warrior? I think Jolly's going to be the one to beat here. I don't know what you guys think, but Jolly definitely getting caught up in his heat race. Had a quick car. Did not make the feature because of that contact. We'll see. I think we're going to see him take the win here tonight. What's up, Smiles? Sorry, I'm not live over on TikTok. Good to see you over there on Twitch. As they come out of turn at number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Ben Jolly going to lead the way. Here comes Brundage looking for second as Boniface is going the wrong way in a hurry. He's got Kuta down low. Boniface going to look up underneath Brundage, trying to get himself a little cushion as they're side by side for the number 4 spot out of turn number 4. Yeah, for some reason it's been straining the TikTok studio's been straining my CPU. I haven't been doing that. I've been taking a little bit of break. I'm just doing these openers on Monday nights right now. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, watching the battle right now for that final transfer spot. Right now it is Tyler Hampton in the number 14 in that final transfer spot as Boniface tries to get himself some cushion and find his way around Brundage as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Down. Oh, Brundage around. Oh, big checkup as Kuta and Roundtree get caught up. Brundage is going to be done. Big neck code there. Let's go take another look at that. I think they just touched wheels and touched some wheels and Brundage goes around. Both of them pushing hard. Brundage squeezing and Boniface trying to keep in that position. Unfortunate for Brundage as he is going to be out as Kuta in that final transfer spot. Roundtree trying to reel him in as Jolly going to lead this one down into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, going to be 4 laps to go. Battle's going to be for second as Hampton putting the pressure on the 213 of Boniface as they head into turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Jolly going to continue to lead the way out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Watching the battle for second. I'll keep an eye on the distance between 4th and 5th. Looks like Kuta is pulling away from Roundtree. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 to go at the line. 2 laps to go for Ben Jolly. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Hampton trying to close in on the 213. Does out of turn number 2. All the way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Boniface going to shove it into 3 and 4. That's going to allow Hampton to close the gap. Out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. If you're Hampton, how hard do you push it? You know there's one more car than what transfers through. Less left on the track. How hard do you push it? Both of them are going to scrape the wall down the back straightaway. Checkered flag in the air. Give it to Ben Jolly. Boniface second. Hampton and Kuta rounding out the field here tonight. And going to the feature, Roundtree and Brundage are going home. Send it. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event. Gonna hit up tonight's starting lineup here in just 1 second. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 19 machine, it is gonna be Will Hanger. Starting outside of him in the 100 machine, he's going to be one to watch for sure here tonight. It is going to be Drew Alton. Starting inside, row number 2, finally getting a good starting spot. It is going to be the number 14 of Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 20 machine, barely lost heat race number 2. It is going to be Justin White. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 32, the nurse is in. It's going to be Damian Ward. Starting outside of him in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Starting inside, row number Row number 4 here tonight came from deep in his heat race to transfer through. It's going to be the number 12 of Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the 100 machine, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside, row number 5, in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him, in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside, row number 6, in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Nick Story. Outside of him, in the number 13, it is going to be Aiden Hervey. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside, row number 7, in the number 76, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Ramy. Outside of him, in the number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. 15th, Ben Jolly. 16th, Jim Boutaface. 17th, Tyler Hampton. And the 35 of Ryan Kuta. In that number 18 position, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Let's move back up to the front as Hanger going to slide up, makes contact with Alton. Alton's going to almost go around 3 wide almost for second as they head into 1 and 2. E-Bill going to take advantage, slides into that number 2 spot. Justin White behind him out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Big run for Drew Alton down into turn number 3 and 4. Bill almost got the bottom side to dig up underneath Hanger, but hey, oh, here comes White up underneath Bill. He's going to move him up the track 3 wide per second into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Damian Ward just behind this battle trying to work his way up into it as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White down on the bottom in that 20W. You can see E-Bill really wants that bottom side. Got routed up out of there by the number 20 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They're all over Hanger as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Drew Alton. Justin White has the bottom side rolling as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Look for White to make the move. He's got that bottom side digging as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Justin White. White's going to roll the bottom into turn number 3 and 4 out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. He's got that bottom side rolling, but maybe it is starting to go away as Alton's going to take it 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide for the lead out of turn number 2. Oh, a little bit of contact between White and Alton. That space started to close up real quick for the 100 Alton. He's going to get back in line out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. E-Bill going to stick his nose back up in the mix as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We got issues in the back, but they're going to keep it straight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. A lot of Damian Ward fans out there right now. Ward is just kind of biding his time back there. Look for him to try to make some moves later. This track can be tough on tires as Hanger going to continue to lead. He's got Drew Alton all over the back of him. Looks like that bottom side is starting to go away on Justin White. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Single file now for the top 3. White's starting to fall back. No, White's going to dig back up underneath E-Bill. Great run in 1 and 2. Then he's going to lose ground. Here comes Goff Mattis. Here comes Drew Alton. Drew Alton with a slide into turn number 3 and 4. Alton's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lead that time by. Alton with a hell of a move, but Hanger's going to shove it back up underneath into turn number 1 and 2. Slides Drew Alton. Drew Alton going to come back with the cut down as E-Bill was looking low. Here comes Alton back into 3 and 4. Alton going to slide up the track. Here comes Hanger back to the bottom side. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Hanger's going to toss it up to the top. Slides in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Alton back down to the bottom out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Hanger's going to grab the wall. Easy slide for Alton into turn number 3 and 4. Takes that lead back. Give it to Drew Alton. That time by. Great racing up here at the front as E-Bill going to now look low on Hanger. Hanger's going to try to cut down 2. Here comes Goff Mattis even lower as they head into turn number 3 and 4. And it's a Drew Alton show once again as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I'm telling you what, Drew Alton looking to be the one to beat here lately as he's going to lead him out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes E-Bill back up underneath Hanger into turn number 3 and 4. Got to watch. Oh, Damian Ward has fallen back in a hurry. Not sure what's going on with him. He is now back into the number 9 spot. Caleb Durgan is up 6 spots to 8th as we watch the battle for 3rd right now as Goff Mattis up underneath E-Bill out of turn number 4. Don't count out the number 12 of Jacob Schultz. He's definitely got some speed too as Alton is trying to pull away from the field down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Single file now for the top 5 as they head through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway, and absolute chaos further back as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Man, this is absolute chaos. This is definitely not where you want to be as they are 3 wide. Justin White is definitely going the wrong way. He's going to slide up the track. Here comes Caleb Durgan digging his way back up through. Comes across the line. He's got 6 into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Durgan up the track. Slides up in front of White. White's going to look for the cut down into turn number 1 and 2. White shoots to the bottom. Durgan going to play a little defense here. White's going to roll the bottom out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Ward continues to fall backwards in that number 32. We'll see if he's able to move up, as it looks like Jacob Schultz is now trying to put a move on Goffmanis. Can't quite get there as they come out of turn number 2. 18 laps complete. Going to be 19 complete this time by Drew Alton. Continues to lead, but a Hanger starting to close the gap as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I heard somebody have to apologize there. As this backpack continues to get crazier and crazier. Back up to the front. Hanger looking down low on Alton. All going to pull him down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Hanger going to bang the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes E-Build looking for the cut down. Can't get the drive off. Has to get back in line in 3 and 4. It is so hard to pass up at the front right now. These guys are all fast. It is very single lane up on the top side, trying to get that lower lane to work, trying to get the cut down to work, trying just about everything. Right now it is follow the leader into turn number 3 and 4. The leader being Drew Alton in that 100 as they come out of turn number 4 across the line. 22 laps in the books. This is absolute chaos at the back of the pack. Let's go back out a little bit further so we can see more of the action as they head through turn number 3 and 4. And don't count out Durgan. If Durgan can catch a caution, he might be in a pretty good spot here tonight. He told you how he's going to struggle here. He didn't do bad in qualifying or the E-race. Surprised he's gone back this far, honestly. Oh, we got contact as E-Bill's on the wall. E-Bill's on the wall as Hanger got him. E-Bill able to save it. Let's go back and take a look. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened there. So slide job by E-Bill, and Hanger's going to just clip him. Oh. Hard racing there. That's going to cause big damage, I think, to the right front of E-Bill. E-Bill now back in the number 4 spot. We'll see if he's got anything left in the tank there. How bad that car may or may not be messed up, but definitely some drama up at the front of the pack as they are definitely jawing at each other a little bit. We're going to move back here where it is really crazy. Kuta is now up 11 spots in the number 35 as Goffman is going to grab the wall. That's going to allow Durgan to close in on him. We got a battle here for the number 5 spot. Durgan has made some moves, now looking for a top 5 out of turn number 2. Here comes Durgan down low. He's going to make his way around Goffmanis, slides into turn number 3 and 4. Ryan going to dive back up underneath out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Durgan's going to come back with the cut down out of turn 2 down the front back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Durgan with a big slide into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, I thought he was going to toss it right up into E-Bill, but able to hold it off him as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Goffmanis. Durgan's in the wall. Durgan's in the wall. Here comes Kuta down low on Durgan as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Tries to slide him. Can't quite get there. Durgan's going to hold strong on the outside out of turn number 4. A little bit of contact between Kuta as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Kuta looking low as we got issues in the back. Barnhart going to wreck. He is going to be... I think he already had some issues. Must have had some issues earlier as we got the battle here between Durgan and Kuta. Some veterans here, some OGs, and newbie Aiden Hervey going to jump up in this battle out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Durgan going to try to close the gap once again on Goffmanis. You got to wonder how much damage might there be to that number 14 machine of E-Bill. as he is trying to nurse that thing back up into a top 3, trying to close the gap on Jacob Schultz as they head into turn number 3 and 4. 33 laps complete as they are ticking laps down in a hurry here tonight. No caution flag so far. Drew Alton out front, 1.6 seconds over the field. Will Hanger in second. Jacob Schultz in third. E-Bill fourth. Ryan Goff-Mattis in fifth. Caleb Durgan going to be in sixth. He's trying to hold off Ryan Kuta as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And Aiden Hervey, you can't count him out in the 13. He's got some speed, and it looks like Damian Ward might be finding a little bit more speed in the 32. So could the handling be coming to Damian Ward here late in this one as they got 15 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2? Caution flag could definitely make things interesting here as Goff-Mattis trying to find his way around E-Bill once again. Kuta trying to run that high side absolutely all the way to the high side. Oh, Durgan's on the wall. Kuta into the back of Durgan. Big wreck here. Caution flag comes out. Caleb Durgan going to run the top side here. Grabs the wall. So easy to do here. That cushion has gotten so small. Oh, Kuta, nowhere to go. Absolutely drills him out of turn at number 2. And we get the first caution flag of the night. What's up, LJ? What's up, buddy? You ready for this season at Fulton? Are you running the 358 this year? All right, so caution flag number 1 on the night. There's plenty of time left in this one for things to happen, and Drew Alton is out front. Familiar place for the number 100. He has spent a lot of time up at the front here lately. Yeah, nice. Is your dad going to run anymore or just you? I know you ran the 19 a few times last season. Or you ran it at least once, I saw. All right, so they are going to re-rack them, restack them. Drew Alton leads the way. I think Ryan's going to have some big damage. They've got a pair of Ryans in that row. Ryan Kuta going to have some damage on that number 35 machine. Big hit with him and Durgan as we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. It is going to be Drew Alton leading the way as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come across the line. It is going to be 13 laps to go. Drew Alton leads the way. Oh, Schultz tried to roll the bottom. He's going to get a good run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Alton continuing to lead. He's got Hanger behind him as they come out of turn number 4. E-Bill trying to get that thing to run as here comes Damian Ward trying to work his way up through on the bottom side in that number 32. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Kuta still holding on strong. Yeah, I figured it was time to focus on you. I hope he gets a few more times out there, though. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be Drew Alton continue to lead. We see Damian Ward making an appearance back into the top 5, where he started in that number 32, trying to move his way forward, down into turn. Oh, no, Goff-Mattis around. Oh, Ryan makes a big mistake here. Watch the number 2 on the bottom side. He's going to shove it up in there. He almost hit Damian Ward. Had to get on the binders. Nowhere for Boniface to go. He goes in the spin cycle. He's going to go back to the back of the pack as we work the second caution flag of the night. All right, so caution flag out here once again. Drew Alton is controlling this one. It's been a good couple weeks. The end of the season and the last week, man, Drew Alton's just been on fire. I don't know what else to say. It is going to be a single file restart this time, as it looks like Schultz is going to go up and say hi to Will Hanger here. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Should be one to go this time by our top 5. It is going to be Drew Alton, Will Hanger, Jacob Schultz, E-Bill, Damian Ward, as we are going to look for the green flag here once again. Can E-Bill and Damian Ward make it up into the top 5? Maybe Kutaw can make a surprise appearance, or up in the top 3. Kutaw might be able to make a surprise appearance up into the top 3. We'll see how this goes. This is far from over. All right, pace truck is in, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Jacob Schultz was all over the back of Hanger, definitely distracting Hanger, as Alton's going to take advantage down into 1 and 2. Hanger going to sit in that number 2 spot. Here comes Schultz up on the top side. E-Bill down low. He's got Damian Ward in the back bumper as they head through turn number 3 and 4. On to turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Alton's going to lead it that time by 8 laps to go into 1 and 2. I think this is when we're going to start to see that damage on the 14 play a role. This track has gotten slicker as they head through 3 and 4. Damian Ward now up into the number 4 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ward's going to work that bottom side. Looks like the bottom side might be starting to come in a little bit there for Damian Ward in 1 and 2. He's going to work the middle of 3 and 4. Aiden Hervey now worked his way up into the top 5. E-Bill going to grab the wall. Stuck in the wall in 1 and 2. Able to pull out, but going to lose a bunch of spots. E-Bill back to 8th. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be Drew Alton leading the way. Hanger in second. Battle's going to be for that number 4 spot. Here comes Hervey down low in the number 13. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Watching the battle for that number 4 spot. Hervey down low out of turn number 4. Across the line. 4 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Ward's going to play a little defense. Squeezes Hervey down as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Able to stay in that number 4 spot. Through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 3 to go this time by. They're 3 wide behind him. E-Bill to the high side as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2, out of turn 2. Hervey has that bottom side rolling, but Damian Ward playing great defense as they head into 3 and 4. Hervey almost in the back of him as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Drew Alton going to continue to lead. Battle's going to be for third on back. Can Ward get there? Schultz trying to hold on as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Hervey looking to the top side. Around Damian Ward. Down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Going to be a little contact there. Oh, they get in the back of Schultz. Schultz going to hold on to it. It's going to be Drew Alton, Will Hanger, and Schultz, your top 3. Ward and Kutaw, your top 5. Let's take a look and see exactly what happened there. Oh, he kind of drove down into the quarter panel of Ward. He's going to get the worst of that one. And Schultz going to be able to hang on to that number 3 spot. That got a little crazy there. Drew Alton, another dominating performance. All right, so we are going to go in and grab our top 3, get ready for the Supers coming up next at Knoxville. That is going to be full. That'll have a high SOF. I don't think it'll be as wild as it was last time. I think Ryan wants. You look. A top 5 for Ryan is like a win. I'm going to bring Ryan in so he doesn't feel left out.
No, no, I just thought you did hard charger. My bad.
That was a good
Honestly,
run
I
for
felt
you,
good,
though.
but
Oh, give it to him, James.
Oh no, it was a good run. I know he's a little rusty.
still, dude, been on here for 2 months and I'm still shitty.
It's a totally different game than what it was when you used to dominate.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely.
Chaos back there. I was surprised you were able to run as good as you were after you got in the back of Durgan.
Yeah, I was running pretty good, but I was just after that I was just so loose I couldn't even do anything. So, honestly, if I didn't get that damage, I think I could have been right up there with Drew and Will there because we were really dialed in. Drew built a great set for this week. We tested a lot because originally thought that Charlotte was the opener, and we were testing a lot. Probably put like 300 laps into the place, and then go to find out like day before the opener, it's at Port Royal. Um, so I felt pretty comfortable here. I was just out to lunch when the track was in the heat race and Gonsi. I didn't know what the hell to do. So glad it slicked off, and we were able to make them some spots and avoid some wrecks. I didn't think Durgan was going to come to such a halt up in the wall like that. So I thought I had enough time to cut it down, but before I knew it, he was stopped.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot you could do there. Hey, good run out there. You want to give anybody a shout out?
Yeah, I just got to thank Drew and all the guys over there. They're putting work in, and I think it's starting to show with past two openers. So hopefully we can keep this momentum rolling into the following weeks and see what we can do. Thanks for broadcasting this, and Ben Jolly for the wrap, and see you next week.
All right, buddy. Good run. Good run. It was fun to watch.
Yep, thank you.
Will Hanger. Been a minute.
James Batzer. Yeah, it's
Been
been
a
a
minute.
while. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Man, that thing was fast here tonight. Looked like it was a little bit of struggle early on, but once the track started to slick out, you kind of got in a zone. But man, nobody had anything for Drew tonight.
No. I mean, he builds an incredible set. He's a hell of a driver, and I started on the pole, but I mean, he was on my butt the whole time. So I figured, it's better for both of us to run up front versus one of us run up front and one of us get passed for us battling. So I would definitely rather see Dar all the way up front versus one guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Aiden said good race to the end. Yeah, he had a little contact back there. But yeah, no, it was a good race. You had a hard race with Ethan. Looked like it was a close slider. You got up underneath him, a little bit of contact coming out of down the straightaway. We see a lot of that here at Charlotte. Just hard race, and it's so hard to pass here, especially when you're up at the front and everybody's pretty much running the same line.
Yeah, I agree. Everything's close and everybody's racing hard. However, there's a difference between a clean slider and a dirty slider. And whenever I have to jab the brakes to cut down, it's not a clean slider. If you want to look at a clean slider, go look at the slider that I threw on Drew the last lap. I mean, he's a real race car driver. So am I. We both know what's clean and what's dirty. Obviously, the sim is a little bit different, but still, how you drive, as far as respect goes, is still the same. I really didn't mean to get into him after I crossed him over, but I mean, it was such a bomb that when I crossed over, I'm just in the middle of the slick, and there's really nothing that I can do about it.
Yeah,
So
you
it
work
sucks. Ebill's fast. Ebill's a hell of a driver, but it's just a hard racing deal.
working such small margins, especially coming out of these corners. But great run out there. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I gotta shout out Drew. Building a hell of a set. Him and Jolly coming up with this team. They've really got something good going and a good group. That's the biggest thing. I ran the big blocks for the longest time in the past, and then if you don't have a good group around you, it's really hard to enjoy it. So I'm thankful that we have a good group over there. And then I gotta give a shout out to my real sponsors: Hangers Harbor Flooring, Stonehenge Construction Group, Capital Electric, Snyder's, Miss Beth, Mr. Ray helped me out a lot, and Jojo Dobson, Skid Steer, and all those guys. They really helped me out. So, and then everybody that raced tonight. I mean, it's super nice to race clean. Sucks that the deal happened with the Evo, but it is what it is.
Well, good run here tonight, Drew Alton. Man,
Hi, James.
we gotta think of a nickname for you. I mean, come on.
Dude, people in real life call me Showtime, and I feel like I'm starting to fit my nickname on the sim.
Now you're out here hoeing yourself, not showing yourself. Man, that thing was a rocket ship again. I mean, you're on a freaking roll.
Yeah, like what I've said the past few interviews, like we just put the test in. Like originally built for this for the first week, so we spent a lot of time like hoping this would be our opening racetrack and come out here with a bunch of speed and like hope to win a opener at Charlotte. It's something I've never done before. Uh, I've been close a few times, but nothing. I have not crossed the checkered first. So we really wanted to win this. We were feeling pretty confident going into this. We found a little something with the setup late late last week when we were testing, and I definitely think that helped a lot. Definitely gave us more forward traction off. Everybody on the team was super good. Like Hervey had an incident. Ben like I cannot be any more happy than I am right now with everybody. Will Hanger finished second uh, to some of the best people on the sim. So definitely glad with her performance. Glad to kind of put the last nail in the coffin here. So ready to move on to wherever we go next week for the hopefully the opener. Hope this is my third straight tops with an opener in a row. So hopefully I can keep this momentum rolling.
Yeah, definitely great run for you guys tonight. And I'll tell you, it's a little bit more than the practice too. There's a lot of skill that's involved, and could definitely see that in your style. It looks, I mean, it just looks clean. Some smart moves, and some of the moves we've seen some of the better guys. Charlotte's a place where some of the best usually win, and you're putting yourself up in that class. So next week we're at Lima, just so you know.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, like kind of what you said. Everybody has some sort of a little soft spot for Charlotte. It's always one of the better racetracks in iRacing, in my opinion. So definitely to win here is pretty special, and especially for my team to run one too. That's pretty cool too. Uh, so I really can't be much happier. Like you said, I it takes a lot more than just the practice and the setup just to go out and win these things. You could have the best setup with the worst driver and still not compete. Uh, so definitely happy of how much I've grown on the sim. I feel like I've kind of cut my teeth a few times and slowed my performance down just due to some of my decisions in the past. So I'm glad that that's behind me and I can start looking forward.
Your talent finally caught up to your speed.
Yeah,
It's a lot of it. At some point we all get faster than what we're capable of running. So great run out there tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
yeah, I got to thank everybody over at Dar. Kind of like Will said, we got a really good group of guys. It's not just about the setups; it's about who you're around. That's everything. Definitely glad with that. I got to thank, of course, Dar Speed Labs, High Performance Specialties, Tri-City Contractors, both sides of graphics, Buckshot Helmets, Speed by Alton Speed Academy, Jolly Paints, Will Hanger for Racing Me Clean. Everybody in the Discord, Connor Jermaine for spotting me tonight. Kind of giving me a hard time and categories where I struggled in. So definitely thankful for him for being one of my bigger critics in iRacing. It definitely helps my performance. So ready for next week. I got to thank Ethan Bill for whining like normal. Comes up with some excuse that he didn't win. So we'll just show him next week, I guess.
Good run, and I will see you next week, bud.
See you next week, Bubba.
Bye.
Thanks, James.
No problem. Drew Alton been showing a dominating performance here lately. Nicholas Eli in the supers as we are at Knoxville out there with the quick time. Right now we are on with Dryman. He's going to go fifth quick. Hayden Tolson to the top of the charts with a 17.477. This should be a wild one here tonight, as that is going to be the end of qualifying. Looks like we got 21 cars. That means we will be sending 3 people home here tonight as we are going to get ready for heat race number 1 as they jump out on the track here for the supers here at Knoxville. All right, heat race number 1. Let's see as they get out on the track. Let's see if we can get down a little bit closer to them. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it is going to be the 327 of Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, and I don't know what his number is, it is going to be Nicholas Eli. Starting inside row number, so Eli's in the 15, starting in the inside of row number 2 here tonight in the 444, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Cody Racing. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 90 machine, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Outside of him in the number 12, it's going to be Jaden Sporisky. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 39 machine, it's going to be Kyle Brennan. Outside of him in the number 12, it is going to be in the number 7, it is going to be Bryce Young. Starting inside row number 5, it is going to be Aaron Vasquez. Outside of him, it's going to be Jaden Friedenberg. Friedberg. I don't know. I haven't seen that name in a while. Starting in the number 6 row, in that number 11 spot, it is going to be Logan Trimmer. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. It is going to be Hayden Tolson leading the way. Where did I go? Tolson blinked out. That's what happened. Out of turn number 4, looking for the green flag. Pace truck is in. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Hayden Tolson leading the way. Here comes Dryman. Dryman to the bottom side. He's going to make his way around Eli. No, Eli's going to drive on the outside down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Eli on the top side. Dryman up high. It's going to be Eli at the line that time by as Tolson continues to lead into 1 and 2. Watching that battle for second right now is Bryce Young in the 7B in the final transfer spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Dryman going to get the berm. That's going to cost them time. Eli easily going to have the spot at the line this time by. Dryman going to get in line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Cody up underneath. Looking underneath them out of turn number 2. Can't quite get it to stick down the back straightaway as Bryce Young up underneath Jaden as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Tolson going to continue to lead as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Young up underneath Jaden as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Can't get it to stick. Bass up underneath Cody. Can't get it to stick under there as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be halfway through, 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Tolson continue to lead. Battle is for second. Those guys are staying with Tolson, which is pretty impressive as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Eli going to continue to run on that high side out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. What's up, Brady? Here comes Dryman back to the bottom side of 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, Eli going to stay in the gas down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Dryman's going to shove it up the track. Runs a shallow slider as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to grab the number 2 spot that time by 2 laps to go into 1 and 2. Dryman going to slide up into that number 2 spot out of turn number 2. Here comes Eli trying to dig the outside. Dryman's going to slam the door as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Dryman going to stay in that number 2 spot. Eli going to go back to work as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Can Eli find his way around Dryman as Tolson continues to lead out of turn number 4? Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be checkered flag in the air. Tolson going to take the win. Dryman second. Eli, Bass, Racing.
Not bad for the contact, Cody.
Sporisky, Young going to the feature here tonight. Everybody else off to the LCQ. All right, so heat race number 1 in the books here tonight as we get ready for heat race number 2. These guys going to get out on the track. And starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 10 of Connor New. Outside of him, in the number 76 machine, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside, row number... number is he? He's the 225. It's row number 2 in the 225. It's going to be Clayton Johnson. Outside of him in the number 49, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 9 position, it is going to be Carson. Outside of him in the number 13, it's going to be Ty Lounsbury.
How many points are you race?
Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Ethan. I don't fucking know how to say that last name. Outside of him, it's going to be Turner Nichols. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Outside of him, it's going to be Matthew Megawatts. Going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 2 as they come through turn number 3 and 4. We're going to get that one to go at the line. It is going to be 8 laps. Connor New leads the field. I'll tell you what, Ferguson was quick last week. Look for him to be quick again here tonight. Can he take the win in heat race number 2 away from Connor New? Hopefully we get a quick one here tonight. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, Connor New leads the way. Devin Ferguson will be on his outside. Who is going to take heat race number 2 here tonight? Should be a wild one here. As they head into turn number 3, looking for that green flag. Pace truck pulls off. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be New leading the way. Here comes Clayton down to the bottom side. He's going to catch the berm. Almost slides up as New is in the wall. They're 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Ferguson navigating his way to the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Kenny holding out of turn number 4. They're almost 4 wide in the rear. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Ferguson leading lap number 1. Ferguson leads him down into 1 and 2. Here comes Johnson down to the bottom side in the 225. Out of turn number 2. New with a big run to the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. New to the bottom. Ferguson up high out of turn number 4. Here comes Connor New looking up underneath Ferguson. They're side by side into turn number 1 and 2. New down low. Ferguson up high out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Ferguson up a little too high. New's going to take advantage. Down on the bottom side. He's going to lead that time by 3 laps complete. New going to slide up the track. Here comes Ferguson back with the cut down. Big cut down out of turn number 2. Ferguson with the run into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be side by side once again. Lounsbury looking for the middle. Now to the bottom out of turn number 4. Dicing it up for the lead as New's going to lead the way. Ferguson going to slide up, slams the cushion out of turn number 2. Big run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Watch the 13 of Lounsbury. He's up 3 spots. He's looking for more out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Ferguson going to get to the outside of New as New slides into turn number 1 and 2. Big run for Ferguson. Up underneath New. Down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. New going to play a little defense, maybe a little contact. Sideways into turn number 3 and 4. Door to door. Out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go as they come across the line into 1 and 2. Ferguson going to slide into 1 and 2. Big cut down for New. Ferguson might have slid the cushion a little too much. Down the back straightaway. New's going to slide him into turn number 3 and 4. New slides up the track, but not all the way. Nowhere for Ferguson to go. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Can Ferguson get there? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Ferguson trying to get the run down the backstretch. Can't make the move. It's going to be Connor New out of turn number 4. Leads the way, takes the win in heat race number 2. Ferguson second. Lounsbury, Johnson, Carson, Nichols, and Watts going through. Durgan had issues. What happened to Durgan? All right. It is LCQ time. We are going to get a lot of first name times. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be the number 35 or 39? 39 of Kyle Brennan. Outside of him, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Then starting on the inside of row number 2 in the number 24 machine, it is going to be Jaden. Outside of him, in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Ethan D. Starting inside, row number 3. In the number 45 machine, it's going to be Logan Trimmer. Caleb Durgan did not, yeah, it was a great heat, did not grid up in the number 6 position. And Aaron Velasquez starting shotgun on the field here tonight in the LCQ. Yeah, all those guys did a great job. That was a great heat race. All right, we are going to get that green flag next time by as they are side by side. We're going to get the one to go at the line this time by LCQ time. Top 4 transferred through. Everybody else going home. Who's it going to be?
Good luck, bro.
Yeah, Durgan did not grid up. He had enough. He had enough. Durgan had a rough night over in the big blocks and probably didn't want to have another rough one here. As they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. When's Wheeler going to fire him off as they come out, or Brennan going to fire him off as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Brennan going to get on that gas. Battle's going to be for second. Jaden down low on Wheelers ahead into turn number 1 and 2. Jaden's going to hop the berm just a little bit, but big run for Wheeler on the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for that number 2 spot is going to be the Brennan show out front. Will he be our B main warrior as Wheeler is able to hold on to the number 2 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Jaden down to the bottom. Oh, big contact by Ethan. Ethan going to give a big door to Jaden as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Jaden back up underneath as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Trimmer. Trimmer trying to take that number 3 spot out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the number 3 spot. One of these 3 are not going to make it as they make contact out of turn number 4. Big contact. Somehow they save it down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, 3 wide for third. Down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to toss it up. Trimmer going to slide into turn third. Out of turn number 4, 3 wide once again down the front straightaway. Oh my God, that was so close. Ethan almost unalived himself down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. That's going to allow Vasquez back up into the mix as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Brennan out front, Wheeler in second. We're watching the battle for third on back. Ethan has it. Here comes Jaden. Jaden going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. Halfway through, 5 laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. 4-car battle. 2 of these guys are going home as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Aaron going to slide up Vasquez in the... Oh!
What are we doing?
Big contact there as they're able to save it into 1 and 2. Slide job by Trimmer. Here comes Ethan back up underneath out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Vasquez trying to slide up there. He's going to try to slide in front of Trimmer. Trimmer stays in the gas. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 3 wide for last into 1 and 2. Oh yeah, for sure. Down out of turn number 4, going to be Brennan continuing to lead, watching the battle for third. Right now, Jaden has it. Battle for the transfer spot. Trimmer's going to slide Aaron and Ethan as they come out of turn number 2. 3 wide out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Vasquez. He's going to slide up the track. He brings Ethan with him out of turn number 4. Trimmer back to the bottom side. White flag is out. It's still up for grabs for the transfer spot as they head into 1 and 2. Trimmer hits the berm almost into Aaron. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Ethan. Ethan's been a little wild. He's going to toss it up in there. Gets into the sides of Aaron. Aaron hard on the wall out of turn number 4. As they come out of turn number 4, Ethan absolutely junks Aaron for the transfer spot. It is going to be Brennan, Wheeler, Jaden, and Ethan to the feature. That was dumb. All right, crazy LCQ there. A lot of that caused by Ethan. And we are going to get into tonight's race here tonight. Let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Connor New. Starting on the inside of row number 2 in the 444, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Outside of him in the number 76, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 15 machine, it is going to be Nicholas Eli. Outside of him in the number 13, it's going to be Ty Lounsbury. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 90 machine, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Outside of him in the 225, it's going to be Clayton Johnson. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Cody Rayson. Outside of him, I don't know what number he is. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Carson. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 12 machine, it's going to be Jaden Sporiski. Outside of him in the number 42, it's going to be Turner Nichols. Then rounding out the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7 in the 7B, it's going to be Bryce Young. Outside of him, I'm assuming in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 35 machine, it's going to be Kyle Brennan. Outside of him in the number 15, it's going to be Trey Wheeler. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Jaden in the number 24 and the 32 of Ethan D. Hopefully, it's got potential. There's some good ones up at the front as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Hayden Tolson leading the way. Battle is going to be for second. Dryman up the berm. That's going to cause a big checkup out of turn number 2. Big checkup. That's going to help Connor New out a lot as they are still stacking up through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. They're going to get single file for the top 6 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Nicholas Eli looking up underneath Lounsbury as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Dryman up underneath Ferguson for the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Can't get it to stick. They're back single file into 1 and 2. So far, keeping it lean and green as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Moving back through the field, we got Matthew Watts and Carson side by side into turn number 3 and 4 for the number 9 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Oh my God, where are you going? That is Nichols down on the bottom trying to climb the berm. Somehow they keep it straight out of turn number 2. Oh, somebody should be pissed off over that move, Robert. Out of turn number 2 or 4 down the front straightaway. Definitely tight racing from about Matthew Watts on back as here comes Wheeler to his outside. Wheeler making big moves already of 5 spots to the high side of Watts as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Wheeler going to dig on the outside, give him 6 spots as he takes that spot away from Wheeler down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Wheeler does have, or not Wheeler, Watts does have some damage to the right front of that number 11 as here comes Ethan on the high side. Remember, he caused a lot of drama in the Consi. He is digging high. He's up 6 spots out of turn number 4. He is the only one running all the way to the top, and it seems to be working right now as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. You got to wonder what he's doing to his tires as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Watch this number 32 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to jump the high side. Big run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to get to the outside of Wheeler, side by side into turn number 3 and 4, continuing to roll the high side out of turn number 4. He's going to jump up to the number 10 spot. He's up 8 positions so far as they head through 1 and 2. Back up to the front, pretty quiet up there. Tolson continues to lead. Connor New in second. Devin Ferguson in third. Battle's going to be for fourth on back as Dryman has his hands full. Lounsbury all over the back of him. Oh, contact as Eli and Bass make contact into 1 and 2. They're going to check up. That's going to leave Lounsbury and Dryman single file into 3 and 4. Here comes Lounsbury down low on Dryman as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Can't get it to stick. Back to single file. 10 laps complete. 40 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Ethan continuing to pick people off as he rolls the high side. Got to keep an eye on this car. He's making his way forward, but has to be abusing those tires as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I got a feeling he's going to be the caution tonight. Either the cause of it or the caution. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. He's going to bang the wall down right there in 3 and 4. That's going to cost him as he comes out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. If he can keep it off the wall, it's quick up there. Got Cody Racing and Daryl Bass side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Racing down on the bottom in that number 17, not able to get a stick in 3 and 4. Bottom of 1 and 2 definitely looking a little better than the bottom of 3 and 4 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So far, single file as Tolson continues to lead. But I'll tell you what, the 10 of Connor New might be slowly closing the gap. No, he's actually losing ground on Tolson as they head into 1 and 2. Couple pro drivers leading the way right now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 15 laps to go. Caution is out. And guess who it is? It is going to be the 32 of Ethan. Oh, no caution. No caution. We're going to see what happened anyway. No caution flag. Oh. Can't believe that didn't bring out the caution flag, but he was almost at caution as the leaders are just behind him. This could get real interesting real quick for the leaders as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes New up underneath Tolson. Tolson on the high side, going to stay in the gas down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead is definitely starting to pick up. Connor New looking for his way around the 327 as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes New back down low out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's got to get back in line. 18 laps complete. Tolson trying to hold on to the lead through 1 and 2. Able to stick the bottom. Doesn't allow New to cut up underneath him as they come down the back straightaway. Down into 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead. It is going to be Ethan. He's going to pull off the track and onto pit road. Up and out of the way. Definitely the smartest move he has made all night right there as they come out of turn number 2. Tolson getting big pressure. I'll tell you what, Ferguson might be in the catbird seat in the number 76 right now as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Just biding his time, staying with the leaders. Dryman not in a bad spot himself in the 444. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Connor New going to roll the bottom. Tolson going to hang on the high side. That's going to work. Here comes Ferguson to the high side of New. Down the back front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. New's going to push up the track. Ferguson hangs it on the outside. Here comes Ferguson to the outside. Ferguson takes the number 2 spot away from New down into turn number 3 and 4. New's going to fall back. Ferguson now going to go to work on the 327. Can he reel him in? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Running slider is the 76 of Devin Ferguson. We'll see if he can catch up. We're going to go check on these guys back here. Daryl Bass in the number 90 in that 6th spot. He's got Eli behind him. Here comes Racing in that number 17. Up underneath Eli out of turn number 4. So easy to grab that outside wall coming out of the corner there in turn number 3 and 4. And also out of turn number 2. We'll see if Eli is able to hold on to it. He is this time by down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Cody down on the bottom in that number 17. And Eli takes it 3 wide, threads the needle down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Eli going to roll the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Bass going to hang on that gas. Here comes Racing to the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4. Big bobble there out of 4. Eli drops in line. Here comes Carson in the number 9 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Cody down to the bottom side. Bass plays defense. Almost made contact. Bass going to stay in the gas. Out of turn number 4. Keeps the spot. Eli to the high side of Cody into 1 and 2. So hard to pass. You make yourself so vulnerable, as we've seen that so many times as they try to make their way around Daryl Bass down into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Eli going to stay in the gas. He gets to the top side. Not quite to the high side of Bass as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ooh, Eli to the high side of Bass. Will he be able to be? Oh, he gets the wall. Able to hold on to it out of turn number 4. Bass going to slide up the track. Eli sticks his nose. They almost make contact in the 1 and 2. Bass going to slide up the track. Big cut down by Eli. Eli has to get on the binders. Not able to take the momentum. They're going to ship it into the 3 and 4. Eli's going to slide across the nose of Bass. Bass back with the cut down. Great battle here as they come out of turn. Yeah, some great racing for sure, Luke. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Bass going to take the spot back. Here comes Cody racing in the number 17. They're 3 wide out of turn number 2. Cody going to think twice about it, backs out of it as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Shoves his nose back in there. They're going to be 3 wide. Make it 4 wide out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Cody. No, he doesn't. Eli stays in the gas out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He's going to take that number 6 spot. Bass has been holding these guys up a little bit, and they are making their way around on the outside as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Cody racing up underneath Nicholas Eli. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Big cut down by Eli out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Able to keep that momentum. Has the nose ahead into turn number 3. Slides up the track. Cody stays in the gas. In the wall in turn number 3 and 4. Got to keep an eye on that battle for the lead. Only 3. Oh, battle for second is definitely starting to heat up. Let's go jump on that battle as Connor New up underneath Ferguson out of turn number 4. He's going to take that spot back up into the number 2 spot for Connor New. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. All of this, and Tolson has not been able to get away as we are 33 laps into this one. Going to be 34. We'll have 16 to go at the line this time by. As they come down the front straightaway, top 4 are nose to tail into 1 and 2. Ooh, that was close. Big cut down by Connor New. Ferguson almost getting in the back of him. Big run for Connor New down the back straightaway. He's going to close the gap on Tolson as they come out of turn number 4. Lap traffic up ahead. Tolson all over. Tolson leads the way. New all over the back of Tolson into turn number 1 and 2. New going to roll the high side. Runs the cushion out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Connor New. Tolson tries to go low. They make contact. New up on the berm. Able to hold on to it as they come out of turn number 4. 14 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead definitely starting to heat up. Ferguson going to catch the berm. Here comes Dryman to his outside. Takes the number 3 spot away down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. I feel like Dryman's been biding his time. He might have a little bit more tire than some of these guys. We're going to find out here as the laps close down. 13 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Tolson going to have a little bit of an internet malfunction there. Blinks out, but here comes Connor New, reeling him back in. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Connor New. Down low out of turn number 4. Battle for the lead as they come to the line. Give it to Connor New that time by. New going to slide up the track. Tolson going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Not able to get up underneath as they head into turn number 3 and 4. New looking pretty good right now out of turn number 4 and is our leader this time by. 11 laps in the books. Looks like Tolson might have used a little too much tire in the 327. Here comes Dryman in the 444. I said Dryman might have been saving a little bit of tire. Starting to look that way as they come out of turn number 4. 10 laps to go. Move Dryman up into that number 2 spot. Lap traffic, heavy lap traffic. Well, racing lap traffic up in front of our leader. Will that play a role here with only 10 laps to go as Tolson continues to fall back? These guys still going back at it back here in that number 6 spot, maybe. I don't know. My ticker just did some crazy shit. As Eli and Cody Racing continuing to go at it. Great racing all the way around the track as they come out of turn. Whoa, what happened here? Okay, Connor must have blinked out. I was going to say. Ferguson going to slide. Dryman back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, they make contact. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dryman up the track. Ferguson going to stay in the gas in the wall in 3 and 4. Lap traffic definitely going to play a role here as Connor New is making his way around. Made his way around Craig Wheeler. Now next in line is going to be Matthew Watts as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Right now it is Derek Dryman in that number 2 spot. Tolson Lounsbury, as it looks like Ferguson has lost the spoiler on that number 76, starting to fall backwards as they head through 1 and 2. All right, let's jump back to the battle for 6 as this is a crazy one as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Oh, big contact there. Brennan up the track into the wall as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. Watching the battle for 6. Daryl Bass has it. He's made his way back around. Nicholas Eli in 7th. Cody Reason in the number 8 spot. As they come out of turn number 4, give them 4 laps to go. Looks like Lounsbury has closed the gap on Tolson as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be 3 laps to go. Battle for 3rd is definitely starting to pick up here as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Ty. Gives a bumper to Tolson. Tolson up the track. Ty down low. Tolson in the wall in 3 and 4. Give the number 3 spot to Ty that time by. Tolson going to try to dig back up underneath Ty. Those tires are gone in the 327. He is struggling as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be white flag for Connor New as he comes across the line. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go for our leader as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Connor New, masterful race here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give it to Connor New. Derek Dryman going to come out in 2nd. Lounsbury brings it home in 3rd. Tolson and Bass, your top 5. Ferguson still held on to the top 10 there with the spoiler damage. Definitely impressive there. He had a fast car. Unfortunate in knocking the spoiler off that thing. And we are going to go through tonight's results. I forgot to do that with the big blocks. My bad, guys. It is going to be Connor New with the win here tonight. Derek Dryman 2nd. Lounsbury in 3rd. Going to be Hayden Tolson in the number 4 spot. Daryl Bass in 5th. Jaden and 6th. Going to be Nicholas Eli in the number 7 spot. Ferguson in 8th. Cody Racing in the 9th. Going to be Kyle Brennan in the number 10 spot. Carson in 11th. Jaden in 12th. Matthew Watts in the number 13 position. Nicholas Turner in 14th. Craig Wheeler in 15th. Bryce Young going to be 15th. Eli in 16th. And Clayton Johnson did not grid up. Yeah, good race for Connor New. I don't think I'm going to see any of these guys in Discord, but if they do, I will do an interview. We'll give them a couple minutes. But great race in here tonight, guys. Yeah, you missed it last week. The openers weren't bad. Well, the opener for this big blocks wasn't bad. The supers were a little rough. The supers were, both races were real good tonight. All right, nobody's in here. That is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll be back next week, next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys set those notifications as always. Until next time, be safe and have a good night.